Welcome back. After years of talk and rumours, actually, a major international study has found a potential link between artificial sweeteners and cancer. A study of 100,000 French adults found that those consuming large quantities of artificial sweeteners were at a higher risk of cancer than those who didn't. The sweeteners are commonly found in diet and no-sugar versions of soft drinks. Well, joining me now live from Paris is the lead researcher of that study, Dr. Mathilde Touvet. Mathilde, this was a huge study. How conclusive is that link?
Yes, we worked in the framework of the Nutri-Net Santé cohort, so more than 100,000 participants, and we observed an association between a higher exposure to this artificial sweetener and increased risk in this cohort. So, caution, this is the first study to study these results at the international level, so it needs to be confirmed, but yet the associations were very robust and stable across many sensitivity analyses in this cohort.
And how much of these products is too much? What did you find out about that in your study?
It's difficult to establish a real dose at which there could be an increased risk. But in this study, to give you an idea, the population was split into three groups: the non-consumers, and then the lower and higher consumers. And so higher ones had a mean intake of artificial sweeteners per day of 79 milligrams, which represents about less than a can of diet soda, for instance. These were for these people for which we observed a higher risk compared to non-consumers.
And what is your advice, I suppose, to people watching this who like to consume those products?
So, yes, in fact, the recommendations from several public health agencies are not to consider so far that artificial sweeteners would be safe alternatives as for the consumption of sugar. And so the idea would be to try to lower both our consumption of added sugar and artificial sweeteners, and to try to lose the habits of sugary tastes, and notably not to educate children with this state and make them realize that it's not normal to have diet soda or sugary drinks on the table instead of water, and so on, to take good habits from the younger age.
This might be a tough question, but if you had to choose one, which one would you choose, sugar or the artificial sweeteners?
In fact, both were associated with increased cancer risk in this study, and the association with the sugary drinks and so on with bad health outcomes are very, very with a high level of evidence. So none is recommended, and it all is a question of moderation. I mean, if you drink or eat some sugary or artificially sweetened products from time to time and not in large quantities, there won't be any problem. It's all a matter of balance and moderation.
And Dr. Mathilde, were there specific cancers that these artificial sweeteners you could find that link to?
Yeah, in this cohort, the association was observed for the overall cancer risk and more specifically for a breast cancer risk, but it was also the main cancer in the cohort and the first cancer in women in France and in the world. So it's maybe because of that we observed the association for this cancer. And we also observed the association for the group of obesity-related cancer, which regroups, for instance, colorectal cancer, pancreatic cancer, breast cancer after menopause, many cancers.
It's fascinating research. Dr. Mathilde Touvet, thank you.